Today was a frustrating day to say the least because it was almost a perfect day for me personally. We had strong bullish momentum today and price formed beautiful higher lows at key VWAPs that I love to play. And we're going to look at my trades to see what mistakes I did and how I can look to improve myself going forward. But before we do that, let's first look at the 15-minute chart just to see how the day turned out. We can see higher lows formed here overnight, touching the daily. We can also see higher lows form here during the London session, touching the London income review app in case we have any London traders. And then we can also see another high low being formed here at the daily again, right at the New York Open. And then for the fourth higher low that I really liked was the higher low that was formed right at the New York anchored VWAP. Now, I took 2 trades today. One of the trades was on an eval account with Apex, and then the other trade was on my funded account. Now, I'm going to go over the trade I took overnight. But before we do that, let's look at what price was basically telling us. So we can see that for the past couple of weeks, or pretty much the entire time we've been in the start of the MESH contract, we have been chopping between this area of resistance and then this area of support down here. Price has not broken out. We had a false breakout out here. And then from here, price decided to rally up. And that's on the daily. Now, if we look at the 4-hour and the 1-hour, we can see that, again, we found our bottom on the 13th. And then from the 13th beyond, we've been forming higher highs and higher lows with a very strong bullish momentum. On the 1-hour, again, we can see this uptrend on a smaller time frame. But let's look at the time frame to what we actually use in order to kind of help us dictate a bias for the day. Going into the New York session today, we can see that overnight we formed higher highs and higher lows, and we had a really nice clean retest right here on the daily VWAP. So with this being said, as we can see, bulls are very strong today, and we're pretty much looking for longs. The only thing I'm not going to do is take a long immediately in the open because I want to make sure that we actually get a nice higher low in this uptrend. So that way, once we get that higher low, I can now expect price to continue higher. I've been burnt so many times taking a long at the highest price of the day. So I want to make sure that I'm disciplined and I'm patient to allow price to form the higher low before getting in my long so I don't get burnt. Now, if we look at the overnight trade that I took, we can see that here we have a nice retest of the daily right here. Price didn't perfectly retest it on the 15-minute, but down on the 2-minute, we can clearly see that it was just a tick away from the daily. So we can consider this as a retest. Again, with trading, nothing's ever going to be pitch perfect. So we consider this as a retest. And then this was my signal to, okay, I can maybe consider taking an entry pretty soon here. The entry I wanted to take was a high day anchored VWAP breakout to the upside. And so that's exactly what I took. Once we actually did that retest, forming a higher low on the 15-minute time frame, retesting the daily, I'm now looking at the 2-minute time frame. And then on the 2-minute time frame, I took the breakout to the high side of the high of day anchored VWAP. And I was actually able to catch 2R off this trade. I risked 800 and then made 1600 just on my evaluation account. And that was the overnight trade. This trade was really good because I was following trend. I waited for price to retest to a key level and I didn't hesitate as soon as my entry signal presented. Now, going into the second trade of the day to where I actually took on the New York session, I took a trade that I normally never take. And if I'm being completely honest, I feel like this was definitely a tilt trade. And I didn't understand that it was a tilt trade because I wasn't angry. I wasn't upset, but I was on tilt. And I say I was on tilt because I missed 2 trades before this one. And I feel like because I missed out on those 2 trades, I had a bit of FOMO and I was kind of willing to take a C setup. Now, the reason why I call this a C setup is because this trade is using the initial balance high as our key level on the higher time frame, classifying this as the pullback that we need in order to take the high of day breakout, but it was a false breakout, and then price came right back down below and touched the New York. And then the 2 trades I should have been in, where if we look at the 15-minute right here, one off the retest of the daily, I could have gotten here off of playing the New York breakout. Once we have a nice candle form with a nice wick at the bottom here, telling us that, okay, buyers, we retested the daily, formed a higher low, and we're ready to continue higher. I could have got in anywhere right here after this 15-minute candle is formed and completed. After I see that, okay, it's closing kind of bullish. We're seeing bulls defend and this could be a higher low, right? And if I didn't want to take that trade, a confirmation that we definitely want to take, which is an A setup trade, is the pullback we get to the New York. And I didn't take this because I was wanting to be really strict. I was really strict in this trade and I wanted for price to make a full pullback to the daily. This is an A setup, a nice higher low to a key level that I'm used to testing, which is the New York View app. I should have been in on this bounce play. And if we look at the lower time frame, we can see this level being respected with a bit more data because we can see that sellers try to take the New York, they fail, buyers step in, sellers try to take it one more time, and then quickly buyers take it right back. And so I should have been along here, and then I could have targeted the initial balance high as my target like I normally do, or I could have targeted the extension beyond the initial balance because we've already had the initial balance high break. So that was the second, those were the two trades that I missed. And there was actually a third trade that I missed and I didn't take because again, I was upset by this loss because I knew it was not a good loss to take. And I knew it's like, even though I identified it was a C setup and I sized down, it's like, well, why am I willing to put on risk if I know the odds of it working out is not really high? The trade I should have been in, and if we look at this markup here, I should have been in, rather than getting in off of this 5-day break right here, I should have actually been strict, wait for price to touch the key level to where I'm used to it pulling back to, and where it's proven to pay previously is the New York right here, playing off this bounce play. Once I see that we touch here and then buyers step in, I can then play this bounce play like Austin marked up here, getting a really nice price and then getting that nice 1R, targeting the equal highs up here at the 132 level. It was a little bit upsetting because it was just a messy day overall. I mean, I missed the trades I should have taken and then I took the trade that I should not have taken. Even though with that nice win overnight, I was not able to make the right decisions to put me in the green today. I'm down $100 in the red on my funded account, but I'm still in profit on my eval account. So it's not a terrible day. I just need to be disciplined and I need to treat this a bit more professionally because I'm no longer in this stage to where I need to just be experimenting, testing this level, testing that level. I already know what levels work for me. So I just need to be professional and do that.